Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Reta Prasasti. My ID number T2090-6047. Now, in this video, I will explain more detail about four theories of translation. First, I want to explain about Roman Jacobson. The theory of from injection start in 1950 until 1960, where at the time Roman Jacobson translation studies try to systematize translation, analyze so that romantic caption theory emphasizes a semiotic, semantic, and some linguistic to find each following word from one language to another language. Jacobson can emphasize the word signifier and signifying the signifier, that is a mention of the word and object. Meanwhile, the signifying is in the meaning or the concept. From the object, for example, apple, the signifier, the word of apple, that is name of apple. Meanwhile, signifying is from apple, the meaning of apple, the concept of apple, that is a type of red fruit that with taste maybe for Indonesian people, apple or one type of fruit that can be eaten. It has several types of colors and the text is sweet and etc. However, people from other countries don't necessarily know what an apple is because the mention of the object of the word. Apple or apple is driven from the mention of Indonesia. For example, if Indonesian people mention apple but a Korean people is saguaro, so the same object but a driven name and maybe driven concept etc. So Jacobson said that equivalent has ability rules that means random. Meanwhile, a language is science, it means that it cannot be predicted, so our signifier X signifying are given, but they are related and cannot be spared. So we move to a second theory from either. Media theory began in the 1940, where his theory was used to develop his own practical work, which is still a translation and managing Bible translation, developed his theory in the 1940 and later developed again in the field of translation. These Bible translator are usually more scientific, that is with a recent linguistic where this concept has not become a theoretical concept, so neither media theory is influenced by two fields, that is semantic and pragmatic, and its influenced by Chomsky theory of form, the Chomsky theory of norm, that is NIDA. Perform several steps in resolution the Bible, starting from the deep structure. There is deep structure neither tries to analyze a sentence which a deep structure or about the ideas contained in the sentence, and then after deep structure Ida will analyze or describe from deep structure to a surface structure, that is about object maybe, or even or abstract or relationship, such as making self-requisition sentence idea about the sentence. It is from after surface structure. Finally, the last step needed analysis as a kernel sentence, that is a sentence that and the end cannot be influenced by negative or interrogative sentence. It can be said that this sentence is very basic and simple. So next we move to a certainly from Newmark put forward two approach to his theory, that is semantic approach and the communicative approach. become the semantic approach is more direct at the search language. Meanwhile, the communicative approach is more direct at the local language or traditional language. The purpose of semantic approach that is try to get as close as possible to the two contextual meaning of the original language. Meanwhile, the purpose of a communicative approach is tries to produce an effect on the reader as close as possible from that obtained on the original readers. So, the last theory is color theory, describe about two concepts that is correspondent and equivalent. The correspondence in question is in the field of constructive language is a compass to languages system and describe the construct difference and similarities. Meanwhile, equivalent according color theory is something really the specific item in the search and the target text. So it can be said that equivalent is a specification between search and target text. So that my explanation about more idea tell about over theory of translation. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.